Hello and welcome to Agency Matrix, our first tech support blog. My name is Daniel Ochoa, and today I have with me Chandler, one of our senior tech support guys. And Chandler, today we wanted to talk about exactly what's going on with IE, because apparently a lot of our clients don't know exactly what's going on. So can you explain to our viewers what's happening?
Certainly. Now, IE is Internet Explorer, and as many of you know, it's the default browser that comes on Windows machines, or at least it did up until the release of Windows 10. As of July last year, Microsoft went ahead and discontinued support for Internet Explorer, instead choosing to use it as kind of an additional plugin for their new internet browser called Microsoft Edge. You'll notice that the graphics look very similar. They did this kind of on purpose. They wanted to make sure you understood that it's basically the same deal. There's one fundamental difference though, which is compatibility with web standards. Microsoft Edge is functionally a lot more compatible than Internet Explorer ever was.
Okay, so what does that mean for our viewers? I mean, all our clients who are using Agency Matrix, we get calls every now and then for support issues, and those support issues can probably be eliminated if they can do what?
Well, for any of you who are still using Internet Explorer, and I've spoken to many of you, a lot of you have to go to carrier websites that are used in extremely old and very specific code that only Internet Explorer 7 is capable of reading, so you have to have Internet Explorer on your computers. As a general rule though, we do encourage our client base to use either Google Chrome or Mozilla Firefox, or if you have a Windows 10 machine, using Edge will work as well, to operate not just Agency Matrix but the internet in general. With Internet Explorer no longer being supported, it's no longer receiving the updates, and it's slowly but surely deteriorating in functionality. As web standards continue to grow and get added to, it's going to have trouble reading websites. Now, this isn't necessarily a problem right off the bat, but some of you have called me, and every so often we do get a rare issue where Internet Explorer simply does things that make no sense. One example is it stopped displaying policies in a client once. No idea why. Spent 45 minutes trying to figure out what in the world was going on. Everything was working fine, the code was working fine, my Internet Explorer showed it, but this client's, I couldn't get it to show on there. Worked perfectly fine on their Chrome. So Internet Explorer really should be used for these carrier websites some of you have to go to, and at the current moment for record forms. That's a topic for a different video, but outside of these two exceptions, I would strongly encourage your client base to be on Chrome or Firefox or Edge if you have a Windows 10 machine.
So Chandler, would you say regardless whether they use an Agency Matrix or not, everybody's going to have to do this because Internet Explorer is not being supported anymore?
No, and the way web development works is, many of you have heard me tell you this, count tech in dog years. That's how quickly things move and grow and change. Web standards can change on the drop of a hat. I mean, some of you know some of the issues Adobe has had with their plugin. Google pushed for a new standard on how plugins work to increase security. They did that in 6 months. Adobe hasn't caught up, which is why we have some issues with the core forms right now. Once Adobe gets that sorted out, we should be good. But without the support, like I said, it's a slow but steady deterioration in functionality that you're going to be seeing.
Okay. Well, that's pretty much it. You have the information. I appreciate you watching. Until next time, I'll see you next week on Inside the Agency. Thank you again.